And 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy and wet good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester on this dreary, wet Tuesday morning. Obviously, a lot of folks were well aware that we were going to get some rain. Some of you getting a little bit more than what you had thought you were going to get. But by and large, as we go through the remainder of the day, we will begin to see some of this push away from us. And we're going to be looking just simply at mostly cloudy skies a little bit later on this afternoon. A damp start to the day yesterday. Sun, very nice as we move through the late afternoon and the early evening hours yesterday. Then the clouds moved in, and overnight the wet weather moved in, all of it because of a low pressure system over Lake Erie. That low has gradually worked its way toward Lake Ontario. It looks as though a little bit later on this afternoon and tonight, that low is finally going to move far enough away from us because a high pressure system is going to try to push into the area. One thing is for sure, that high is going to take over. The other thing is it's going to turn a little bit cooler as well. Matthew, right now, what do you have on the thermometer?
Currently, over at the airport, we have some light rain at 55. Over in Midland, we have some light rain also at 55. Here at Radio Center, we have light rain at 53. We have northeast winds at 10 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 29.91, and it's rising.
We do have a few sunny skies out there. You got to go way off to the west of the state. Holland right now is reporting sunshine. Also, Muskegon is looking at some sun, and Benton Harbor is reporting sunshine right now, too. North Charlevoix, they're looking at partly sunny skies right now. Ludington looking at partly sunny. And then across the Upper Peninsula, not so much on the eastern part, but the central and the western part of the UP, temperatures with sunshine are approaching and actually getting over the 70-degree mark. If you can believe, Iron Mountain right now this hour is reporting sunshine and 70. Manistee, sun and 69. Escanaba, 66. Sawyer Gwynn, the Air Force Base, they're looking at 66. Houghton at 68. And Ironwood is at 69. Again, all of them looking at sun. Where there is sunshine on the west side of the lower peninsula, temperatures are in the low 60s. But for the most part, everybody else is looking at rain and temperatures in the middle 50s. Coldwater right now is exactly that. It's raining and it's 50 right now. South Haven with cloudy skies, they're looking at 49 this hour. So kind of gives you an idea of where all the action is. It's whipping around from the, actually a little bit earlier this morning, it was moving from the east to the west, but it was hitting that 127 corridor and then dropping to the south. Now, the activity is coming a little bit more out of the northeast. As Matthew said, we're looking at a northeast breeze right around 10 miles per hour. That rain shower activity is moving across Michigan's upper thumb. They have had within the last hour some heavy downpours, especially west of M53. Eastern parts of Huron County and a good part of Sanilac County have picked up some rain, but not quite as much as what we've seen in other spots. Just to kind of give you an idea, around the thumb, Fairgrove right now, as of about an hour ago, they were talking 0.4 of an inch. Munger only picked up about 0.15 of an inch. Same thing with Pigeon on the west side of the thumb area, 0.15. But Pigeon has been hit with some pretty heavy rain just over the last hour to hour and a half. So the rain gauges are going to be a little bit different. Bad Axe was looking at 0.4 of an inch. Sandusky at 0.34 of an inch. Freeland, again, the primary recipient of some of the heavier rain. Once you got west of Saginaw Bay, west of I-75 over to 127, you were looking at rainfall amounts upwards of a half inch. Freeland had 2/3 of an inch. Linwood was reporting 7/10 of an inch. All the way over in Ithaca, they were looking at a little bit better than a half inch. And again, all of those reporting stations have picked up more just within the last hour. So what are we looking at? Well, we're looking at that low pressure system, which is still over eastern Lake Erie, right around Niagara Falls. It'll be moving off to the east as we go through the afternoon very slowly. So the precipitation is going to taper off. Michigan's thumb right now is beginning to clear out, other than the extreme western portions of Tuscola County and then down toward Genesee County. Everything else is beginning to clear off as far as the rain goes. The clouds, though, continue to linger. Mostly cloudy skies tonight with a light northwest wind. Again, that's going to be a function of that high pressure system that's going to be trying to move in. There's an upper air pattern that has developed over the past several days that has kind of held low pressure systems right around the Great Lakes Bay area, the Ohio River Basin, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky. That is beginning to shift off to the east. That's why that low is shifting off to the east, and a high pressure system is moving in and will eventually take over. Tomorrow, we're going to have early clouds. We're not looking for much of anything in the way of moisture. We'll have a north wind gusting up to about 25 miles per hour. That is going to clear out everything. Our high temperature will be reached probably right around noon. 67 is what we're looking at for a high, which is quite a bit warmer than what it'll be today. We're only looking for a high temperature of about 58 around these parts. So that kind of gives you an idea of that cold air is just going to be hanging around. But much warmer air after a low of 50 tonight, 67 for a high. But in the afternoon, when that high pressure system really kicks in and the clouds begin to thin out, we're going to see the temperature drop. It'll drop into the middle 50s by tomorrow afternoon, let's say 3, 4 o'clock. It'll be about 10 degrees cooler than what it will be closer to lunchtime. Sun and clouds mixed as we go through the remainder of the day tomorrow. We're going to be looking at a low of 40, so it'll be chilly. And then on top of that, we'll have a northwest wind, or northeast wind, I should say. That'll be gusting up to 25 miles per hour. So it's going to be breezy tomorrow. Wind gusts of 25 coming out of the north, and then tomorrow night out of the northeast. That northeast wind is going to continue into Thursday. We're looking for mostly sunny skies, but we're only going to get up to about 56 for a high on Thursday, with a northeast wind gusting to 25 miles per hour. And then to add insult to injury, on Thursday night, clear skies are in the forecast. We're looking at a low temperature of 36. And some of you will definitely hit the freezing mark of 32, especially inland locations where when it freezes late in the season, that's where you're going to see some frosty conditions. I think the winds are going to die down on Thursday, so that's going to make frost a lot more possible on Thursday night. But clear skies, 36 for a low overall, colder in spots. Then on Friday, we'll begin with sunshine to warm up. We're looking for a high temperature of 66 on Friday, a low on Friday night of 42. High pressure will be settling into and around the Chicago area by Friday, and then dropping down into Missouri on Friday night and during the weekend, which means we're going to begin to draft more south and southwesterly and westerly breezes. So beginning with Saturday and moving into the work week next week, our temperatures will be ranging in that low to mid 70 degree range, with very possibly on Monday hitting 80 degrees, especially in southern Michigan. Now, long range outlook, and we've said this all the way along. Once we get past this cold snap, which is here in midweek this week, temperatures are going to begin to run above normal. And we're looking for above average temperatures, if not much above average, to take us right in through the 20th of May, which means, again, for all intents and purposes, frost and freezing conditions, very possibly the last time we have that is going to be on Thursday night, because on Friday our low should be right around 40, 42, and then nighttime lows will be much closer to 50 degrees, if not a little bit warmer, as we move into that warm spell. Normal high for this time of the year is 65. The normal low was 44. Record high in this state, 89. That was set back in 1930. And incidentally, that was the warmest April the 6th on record, 1930. 89 was our high. 61 was our low. The coldest ever was 1989. 47 was our low. 47 was our high. 33 was our low. The record low temperature, though, on this date is 29, and that was set back in 1970. A year ago today, 67 was our high, 48 was our low. We had no precipitation to report. So that, in a nutshell, is what the weather is all about for right now. Oh, incidentally, sunset, you probably won't see it, 8:45 tonight. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:21, and the chances are pretty good you won't see that at either. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by today, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Abby Terwilliger from the Andersons, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. You know, a lot of folks have been working in the front yard, the backyard, and obviously if you've got property in and around northern Michigan, a lot of folks have been working outdoors as well. Heavy-duty equipment and light to heavy-duty equipment does the job for a lot of folks, and especially if you're going to be taking some gravel around, you're going to be looking at possibly mulch, not so much with the bag mulch, but some of the pebble mulch. That Farmall tractor can probably do the work for you quite easily because they do have a number of them with front loading equipment as well as grader bags in the back. Frankenmuth's Weiss Equipment will pair you up with the right size Farmall tractor to fit your need. Anywhere from 35 to 140 horses, that's what that Farmall tractor has. And you're looking at anything from the value-packed compact Farmall A all the way up to the deluxe compact Farmall C and C series with cabs. Those are pretty nice. And right now, speaking of pretty nice, you can take advantage of some special savings. If you're paying cash, you get a cash discount. Financing, 0% interest for up to 72 months on many of the models of Farmall tractors. They're available now today. Check them out. Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. We say good morning to Abby Terwilliger over at the Andersons. And Abby, it looks like there's a few of our contracts are trying to stay in the green. What's going on with our trading today so far?
Yeah, so far, corn, the current, the July and the, make sure I say this right, September contract, we're up a little bit. They seem to be kind of fading away now, slowly. Wheat is still up, and we won't talk about soybeans too much.
No. Now we had a report that came out yesterday.
Yes, we did. So the progress report for planting came out, and U.S. corn went from 24 to 40% planted, which is pretty much on par for the average 39%. But Michigan corn, here in the state, went from 6 to 23%, which the average is 14. So that's quite a bit ahead here in Michigan. And then same for beans too. For the U.S., we went from 18 to 30%. Average for the past 5 years is 23%. And for Michigan and state, we went from 8 to 20%, and the average is 15. So we're ahead on that as well.
Yeah, we had some big jumps, and obviously the weather really helped.
Oh yeah, we've had some good planting weather so far. Obviously now we're into this little bit of stretch of rain, but I think after today, according to the weather man, it's pretty sunshiny.
And that brought up a concern that I had with Kevin Messing yesterday. We were talking about sugar beets, and now with the moisture and getting all this, now by the end of the week and moving into the weekend, there very possibly could be some crusting going on, because we're looking at sunshine and we're looking at 70 degrees, and we're not looking at much moisture to kind of keep that soil soft. So, sugar beets is one thing, corn that's planted, that's another, and soybeans that's planted right now, that's another. Hopefully that crust doesn't get too thick for some of these crops, because some of them don't push too bad, but others have a difficult time. You get a little bit of a crust.
Yes, some are stronger than others. Some are weaker. Yeah, that's definitely something to pay attention to. Unfortunately, that's part of the game, I guess. It's not really something that any of us can control, but definitely something to keep an eye on.
So don't put the rotary hoe back in the back of the shed, okay?
Correct.
There you go. So other factors influencing the market, export business been good?
Yeah, export business actually been good. Corn has been doing pretty good as of late. The other thing that could be affecting us is Brazil's corn crop. They are up 0.8 million metric tons to 135.4 is what they're expecting. Last year it was 129.2. So you're looking about 5 more million metric ton there. So that could be also playing a factor into it.
So right now on the board, what do you have, Abby?
Right now on the board, old crop corn 421, new crop 377, old crop soybeans 1005, new crop 950, red wheat for the summer 437, and white wheat 513.
Yeah, it looks like the wheat continues to flourish out there. I was taking a look at the quality right now, and they're only talking 5% of the total wheat crop in the state is rated poor to very poor.
Yeah, I was looking at Michigan compared to the U.S. and Michigan we're 57 good to excellent, and the U.S. are only 50. So we're 7% ahead of the rest of the states, which is a good thing.
Yeah, it sure is.
Better side to be on.
I'll take it. Abby, you have a great day, okay?
All right, you as well.
Abby Twilliger over at the Andersons. A little bit more in depth, Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us. The Market Report brought to you by Pete Costello Painting. Pete the Painter. Hey, give him a call. He does do free estimates. And don't forget, his calendar obviously is really filling up, and it's going to fill up even quicker with nice weather on the horizon. He not only specializes in all types of painting and hot rubber bend seal, but he paints barns, grain bins, houses, as well as Morton buildings. One call will do it all. 517-667-0982. Again, that's 517-667-0982. Pete Costello Painting. Give him a call today. Market Report also brought to you by Krijak's House Family Restaurant. Mother's Day. It's Sunday, for crying out loud. You forgot? Well, why don't you give Krijak's a call? 989-894-5531. Mom doesn't want to spend all that time in the kitchen. If you want to take her out to a park or another house and you want to provide the food, not a problem there. 989-894-5531. Krijak's House, great place. Corner of Cass in Michigan on the south side of Bay City. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
How do you celebrate Mother's Day?
I'm going to a horse show.
Oh, giddy up. Yeah.
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 That's what I'm doing.
Hey, that's not all that bad. I mean,
Oh, it should be fun.
everybody has a good time. Like the boys in Chicago, they always have good time.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, the CME stock hit a new all-time high today. So, yeah, they're doing all right. Ford had their earnings. They did all right. They're up about 4% today. Regal Rexnord, that's a big manufacturer out in, Beloit, Wisconsin. So they're doing all right. They're up about 15% today. Cabot, they hit a new low today. Now, see, they were 117 back in November, and now they hit 72. So that's a violent little bugger. So their earnings were less than spectacular. Tomorrow, the Fed meets, 2 o'clock. They're going to talk. 97% chance that he's not going to lower interest rates tomorrow, but he's going to talk about it. And that's what everybody's, got their head to the wall. What is he going to say? And, how is he going to exert his brilliance and all that stuff? So that's tomorrow, 2 o'clock. But as of right now, crude oil is bumping up about $2.50 a share. Precious metals are all very solid. The dollar's a little bit weaker, but not a lot. So here are your numbers. The let's see what this is here. The July corn is 455.5, up 1 1/4. December corn 441.5, down 1 1/2. July soybeans 1039, down 6 1/2. November soybeans 1018 3/4, down 3 1/2. July wheat is 537 1/4, up 6, and December wheat 573, up a nickel. The crude oil 59.59, up $2.46. Heating oil 202.31, up 4.9 cents. Gasoline 207.65, up 5.5 cents. Natural gas 387.388, it's up a penny. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.3778 Canadian, that's down 46 ticks. The dollar buys 142.88 yen, down 82 ticks. The euro is at 113.39, up 25 ticks. The dollar is at 99.48, down 35 ticks. Gold's at 34.0380, up $81.50. Silver's 33.26, up 93 cents. Platinum's at 987.50, up 29.20, and copper's at 478.40, up 8.5 cents.
You have a good one, Doug.
I will. You too.
I will. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Coming up next, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Craig Voorhees from the Rummel Insurance Agency.
But first, this.
The weather has been very difficult to predict over the last year and a half, and many farmers have not had a chance to address soil health. Let's make this spring the start of something great. Your soil prep partner, Morgan Composting, can't control the weather, but they can save you time and money.
Your fields already have nutrients locked in the soil. Dairy Dew Layer manure-based compost blends naturally release these nutrients, improve the biology, and help with moisture retention. Get a custom Dairy Dew blend made for what your soils and crops need to maximize your dollars and prep your farm for a healthy and profitable growing season.
With granulated fertilizers and powerful liquid amendments too, save time by getting your entire fertility plan made in one place. Morgan Composting, serving Michigan farmers for more than 25 years. Call the soil health experts now at Morgan Composting or visit dairydew.com to learn more.
Healthy plants come from healthy soil. Healthy soil comes from Dairy Dew.
If you're looking for some advice, if you got a lot of questions, if you're looking at a product, not only to get that crop that you've just planted, to get it moving a little bit and keep it moving all summer long, maybe you should be talking to the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They've got the expertise and they've got the people there to answer any questions you might have. Serving you is their business, and they've been doing it since 1983, Freeland Bean and Grain. Along with us, Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Craig, let's chat a little bit this morning. I was kind of curious. We were talking about a number of different things over the past 3 weeks, but one subject that came up, and we said, well, we'll talk about this at a later time. The later time is today. Disability policies.
Oh, right, Terry. Yes, we were kind of mentioning that not too long ago. Oftentimes, farm owners or business owners exclude themselves from the work comp policy, which is, it's a pretty common practice, and there's nothing wrong with that. Work comp does pay wages if you can't work for both your employees and the owners. However, if the owners exclude themselves, then they don't get any payment for that. Another way to protect that income is through a disability policy, because a lot of owners will say, well, I'm going to find a way to work one way or another. It's not like I can't work. I'm going to do something. And probably that's more times what happens than not. But in those instances, if you are completely unable to work and you still want to be able to get some income, a disability policy is a good way to do that. Now, the trick for farmers is a lot of farm owners don't show income or take a wage, and that's how those policies pay out. So we've got some customized programs specifically for ag and farm folks that, it doesn't rely on you showing an income to get a benefit from the policy.
Good advice. And they can get a hold of you for more information on that?
Absolutely. We can get them talking with the right people.
Fantastic. Craig, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
We are. We're going to enjoy the rain, Terry.
Yes, we are. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. And by Steiner Tractor. They understand how your life and job both stop if that tractor stops running. You want to make it run? You want to make it look pretty? Well, they can accomplish everything. They've got the parts to do it. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Let's check the New York markets right now, see what's going on. Teresa DeVoe over at Baird & Company. How are we faring today?
We're a little red this morning with the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 239 points at 49.78, 302 million shares traded. NASDAQ down 118 points at 17,726, 449 million shares traded there. Some stocks of local interest include Caterpillar at 321.85, down $1.26. Deere 477.82, down $3.52. CMS Energy 73.58, up 54. Dow 29.01, up 6. DuPont 65.08, down 23. Corteva 62.47, up 6. General Motors 45.63, up a quarter. Trinzio 4.24, down a penny. Walmart 99.01, down 32. Huntington Bank 14.95, down 7. Independent Bank 31.37, up 3, and AT&T at 27.86, up 34.
Teresa, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
You as well.
Will do. We'll be right back.
There are two types of to-dos. To-dos you want to do and to-dos you gotta do. Hopping on your Coyote tractor to plow a little patch of heaven on your land is a want-to-do. But flossing before a dentist appointment so they don't suspect that flossing is a never-do? That's a gotta-do. For all the to-dos you want to do, check out the many models of hardworking Coyote, CS, CX, and CK tractors. Available with up to 72 months financing at 0.99%. For the gotta-dos? Well, Godspeed. Coyote, we dig dirt. For all of your Coyote needs, stop into CMR Tractors in Millington today or visit them online at cmrtractors.com. CMR Tractors is your local Coyote dealer.
We now conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.